comes without apology.
Is set in the 793rd century. In the eastern Baltic region, we are shown a man named Ragnar and one brother named Rollo is struggling hard to slaughter his enemies. Long story short, Ragnar returned to Scandinavia to meet his little family. Ragnar is married and has a wife named Lagertha. They were blessed with 2 children. His daughter is named Gata and his son named Bjorn. On that day, Ragnar said he would start teaching Bjorn to pirate because it is considered mature enough. Initially, Lagertha did not like it or not. This is no longer the time to play, but to prepare himself in facing this harsh life. In the morning, Ragnar started his journey towards the headquarters of his tribe, the named Earl Haraldsson, on the road. Ragnar tells of his greatness on the battlefield and message to Bjorn to follow in his footsteps. Odin gave his eye to acquire knowledge on the other hand. When Lagertha was teaching Gita to weave, suddenly approached by 2 shabby men who intends to harass her. Lagertha immediately told Gita to leave. And it turns out Lagertha has quite good talent, so that he could paralyze the 2 men so easily. Upon arriving at headquarters, Rollo welcomed his nephew. With great pleasure, even they don't hesitate to drink together. After Ragnar told Bjorn to rest, Ragnar and Rollo too start talking about his piracy. This time, Ragnar said that he was tired of going to the east and wanted to go west because he got information that in the west there is abundant wealth. Hearing this, Rollo felt that Ragnar was dreaming. Rollo feels he won't be able to go there because he will be sailing the open sea, and Ragnar too. Take out something he got from the Wanderer. Namely, Ragnar's sun compass began to show how the compass works.
Where the shadows lay before sailing, you mark a circle.
Not only that, he also showed the sunstone, which can be used to go west. Take the holy book. Long story short, the meeting began. Scene Haraldsson is trying his followers. Who did it? Mistakes until the morning. Punishment for the rebels was also carried out. Byron looked scared. He had to witness the cruelty firsthand. In the evening, because Bjorn is Ragnar's son, who is one of the leaders, Haraldsson member group. He was also given privileges and was welcomed there. until the party starts. Ragnar asks where the pirates are going this year. To Haraldson, and it was true as he suspected. Haraldson said that he will deploy his troops to return to the east. Ragnar had denied it and tell about the Western world. But Haraldson also emphasized that he didn't want to take any risks, and here he is the legitimate leader to make decisions. But there is an alternative on my reputation. While everyone was enjoying the party, Haraldson then called Ragnar to his room and stressed never to discuss the Western world. And Ragnar's words in public earlier made Haraldson very angry because of that. He emphasized to Ragnar not to do anything wrong. You are off. Without Haraldson's knowledge. With that, Ragnar intended to go west. Then, Ragnar meets a psychic with his child to ask about his fate in the future. The blind psychic also said that Ragnar and his son have a good fate. After that, Ragnar invited Bjorn meets a shipmaster named Floki. It turns out he had ordered a ship to carry out the plan this time. Floki also explained about the ship he made, that this ship is very strong, to go through all terrains, and, of course, that made Ragnar even more excited. Better than you. And you, why unfortunately, Floki seems very close to Ragnar and seem to have the same goal. After that, Ragnar invites Rollo and Bjorn back home. There, Ragnar and Rollo talk again about his plans. Rollo said that he agree with Ragnar's plan, but he doesn't want to be led. He asked for equal standing in this mission. Ragnar, too, agreed to this and start thinking about it to find a crew, and it didn't take long. With the talent that Floki has, Ragnar's ordered ship is ready. Please me. I told you I could do it when the ship was tested. Looks like it's working well and is strong, which, of course, makes them very happy. Ragnar and Rollo then go meet someone named Eric Martin, who turned out to be very opposed to Haraldsson's leadership and planned to recruit them all, become a ship's crew. Ragnar also began to explain all his plans to go west, and he also promised that all crew members have the same rights and ranks. There is no leader in this mission, and all the loot will be shared equally, fair and equitable. Hear that. The scary men agreed to go with him, but it turns out someone heard their conversation, leak the secret, and report it to Haraldsson. After getting the information, instead of being grateful, Haraldsson instead ordered his subordinates to kill the man. Back to Ragnar when he gets home. Lagertha said that he wanted to join this mission. Ragnar refused, because if this mission failed, there will be no one to look after Bjorn and Gita, feeling sick of being considered weak. Lagertha also proves her abilities to Ragnar. Until their fighting stopped when Bjorn broke them up. Long story short, the long-awaited day has arrived. Seen the crew start preparing the things they need. But Ragnar was surprised, because there is no crew member. The one named Knut over there. After carrying out their religious rituals, embark on the most daring journey in history. And it turns out, Knut didn't come with Ragnar and his team. instead went to see Haraldson and told him that Ragnar has begun his journey. Here, Haraldson feels calm and seems to be underestimating because he thinks that there is no land in the west. Returning to Ragnar and his friends turned out to be a journey. They are not as smooth as imagined. In the middle of the high seas, they have to work together to get through the storm that is happening. With fighting spirit, Floki also encouraged the crew very loudly and believed they will survive this storm. Until after fighting tooth and nail, they managed to survive, and at that time, they heard the sound of birds, which meant that they were close to land. Now, they arrive at land, and there is a monastery. The monks who saw their arrival, very panicked and scared. Meanwhile, Ragnar and his friends preparing to loot the monastery's treasures. Ragnar and others begin to enter the monastery and slaughter the people who oppose them. After that, they started to explore the place and find the treasure they are looking for. But suddenly, Ragnar heard a voice from behind the table. It turns out a man was hiding there. Ragnar then began to interrogate the man, and the man named Athelstan, speaking using the language of Ragnar's region, which of course surprised him. Athelstan also said that he has traveled frequently, and now he begs Ragnar to let him go. The ghost, how do you speak our language? Rollo, who saw this, did not accept it, and intends to kill the man. But Ragnar forbade Rollo and let him to live. After that, they came back to the ship with the loot they got, along with several monks who became their Sandra, and rushed back to headquarters to inform Haraldson of his success. Upon arrival at Ragnar and his friends' headquarters, warmly welcomed like a hero by the residents. How come it's not just gold and jewels that they bring? They also got humans who were ready to become slaves. Ragnar and his friends then went to meet Haraldson. Showing this response, Ragnar said that this is an easy thing, like snatching a candy from a baby. Therefore, Ragnar asks Haraldson to prepare ships to shatter the Western world, but leaders who don't have that conscience, rejecting. He stole Ragnar's belongings, and friends get. Harald also just ordered Ragnar to take one item there as a sign of his generosity. With a feeling of great annoyance, Ragnar chooses Athelstan as a slave to these goods, because Ragnar knows Athelstan is a smart man and have all the information what he would need during the colonial period. After the meeting, Rollo met Ragnar, full of anger because of his decision. Ragnar then explained that he knew what Haraldson meant and don't want to get trapped again, and suddenly